nothingness. The blackest darkness, void and empty. But God was, he breathed and had plenty, stretched sky from palm to palm. In his hands molded earth like clay, hung stars as if on string, galaxies on display, creator. All from a breath, up from his lung, rolled off his tongue and had meaning, translator. He is, and through him all things are, because in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He has his Word, is his Word, created with his Word. It's heard everywhere you go. Creation singing praises. He spoke his word, gave his word, kept his word, as heard by Elijah on the mountaintop, and by Moses as the bush blazes. But even more, he sent his word. His own Son, undercover from the beginning. Jesus, who came to save this world that is so obsessed with sinning. The Word became flesh, walked among us, and laid silent at the thresh of the insults and the mocking. But little did we know he was only unlocking the door to which the Father had been knocking our hearts. First, formless, empty, blank canvases to which he wrote upon with his word. He stirred passion inside us, engraving himself into the very wellspring of our lives, claiming us at the very deepest level. Before all the lies came in disguise and tricked us into compromise, he had us. He has us, each of us but a breath, yet breathed into being, all from his word. Him seeing us as we are, and yet foreseeing who we are yet to be. His word beautifully tattooed, that it cannot be removed or even smudged. And by it we know that we will be judged, but why do we fear that? His word is not rule, religion, command, demand, obligation, as much as it's a gracious invitation into transformation, a beautiful illustration of God's desperation to be loved by those he loved first, the worst in the eyes of the world, those whose debt he paid, though he cannot be reimbursed. So weary, anxious, restless soul, starving for the answer to make you whole, know the word of God. His love letters repeating new mercies each day, the nest in which we can curl up in and lay when we cannot stand for a minute longer. But there find our rest, in that his word is stronger than anything we could ever try to be. So why would we hold off any longer? When you're hungry, you eat. Thirsty, you drink. Tired, you sleep. So why would we think it's any different with our souls? Jesus, the loaf of heaven, his word, the bread of life. It is he who will satisfy. It is he who is plenty, not the crumbs of commentaries. He and his word are enough. So pick it up. Pick it apart. It's the only way to know his heart. And if you don't know his heart, then you don't know his word. And without all of that, his will is blurred, unheard, ignored. But his word is active and sharper than a double-edged sword, cutting away at the parts that are not pleasing, so that we can be restored back to him who preferred death on a cross over risking not spending eternity with you. So what's a little time to spend with the true author and lover of our lives, the only one who satisfies and who answers the cries of a hungry heart? But then, friends, be sure to do your part to seek his word and to know his word, to reap of his word and then show his word, to embrace his word and then trace his word on the frames of your doorways and on the gates of your city. For what is better than to know the God who is forgiving and his word that is living?